It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they've been looking forward to this game and have to be anxious to tip it off. They've been pretty tight-lipped about the game plan coming in, but very soon we'll find out what approach they're going to take. And the Bucks securing $250 million with a B dollars worth of funding from Milwaukee to build a new arena.
Wow.
Construction underway, and they're hoping to move in next season, guys.
Man, I should move to Milwaukee. They're giving away that kind of money.
That's my hometown, by the way.
Wow.
I was born in Milwaukee.
The mean streets of Milwaukee.
Yeah, I survived the mean streets of Milwaukee, North 68th Street to be exact.
Well, it's a big part of keeping a team there because, you know, there's been some rumors about people wanting to move that team and the ownership possibly. So now it's not the biggest market, but right now they sweeten the pot up a little bit.
You know, the Bucks' new ownership is staying true to their word, working to keep the team in Milwaukee. You look at the picture of this arena, it's going to be spectacular.
Cannot wait for the grand opening of the Ernie Dome.
Are you going to go?
In Milwaukee.
The Ernie Dome.
The
I like
Ernie
that.
Dome. There you go. Hey, Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The Ernie Dome.
The Bucks continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo came to the NBA as an unheralded 19-year-old from Greece. But he's been a quick study at the NBA level. One reason? He actually takes notes. He said, we all make mistakes and your mind can't remember them all. I write what I did wrong and what worked. I'm going to keep it going. Someday, I'll have a collection. That dedication, Kevin, the sky is the limit for the Greek freak.
Boy, that's fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? And it should be a high-paced game tonight as both of these teams, Clark, thrive in the open floor. So with that being said, what makes these teams so good on the break?
Well, you're right, Kevin. They do thrive in the open court. Excellent transition teams because they push the ball and they really have a conscious effort to run the floor at every opportunity. That's what makes fast break teams hard to beat is because they're running all the time. And that doesn't give your defense a lot of time to set up.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go on the court for the Bucks. All the big Bucks up front. Giannis, Parker, and Maker. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. Now here's Harden. 5 to shoot. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quit in this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
One shot.
You know, Clark, for all the talk of Russell Westbrook he had with his triple-doubles and the record-setting season, James Harden was a force in that department as well. Second in the league in scoring and in triple-doubles. It was just a huge part of why he had such a claim to the MVP award.
Well, you know what? Harden was fantastic and had a phenomenal year, a record-setting type individual performance for Harden. But as hard as he worked, still not quite enough to get to the top of the MVP lap.
On defense, the Rockets. Here's Brogdon. Shot is good off the back rim and in. About a minute played so far here in the first. Paul with the ball. And it's Ariza in the corner. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Man, watching Ariza pull the trigger from outside, he is a skilled sniper from deep.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Maker, no one around him. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Ariza. Anderson a screen on Antetokounmpo. And Parker with the block.
Absurd bounce ability displayed by Parker. I mean, he uses it so well on defense. It's not just the leaping ability, but the timing as well.
Here's Brogdon. Kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Maker.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Goes up the baseline, and another basket for Milwaukee.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Capella. Passes to Ariza. Anderson the screen. Lob pass to Capella. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Tell you what, Kevin, there aren't many players who would have even seen that pass, but when we're talking about Chris Paul, he's got unique vision, unlike most anybody else.
Antetokounmpo against Ariza. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Paul kicks to Ariza. Back to Paul. Dishes it to Ariza. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Ariza covering. Ariza against Antetokounmpo. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And that one falls for Middleton. And with Middleton and his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Now, here's Brogdon. Screened by Parker. Shoots a three, and Maker the bucket on the assist by Middleton. And that's 11 points for Thon Maker.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Here's Ariza. Screened by Capella. Ariza passes to Capella. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Here's Paul.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Dellavedova's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Anderson.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Al Paul after Jabari Parker missed from long range. Here's Ariza, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And, you know, the length of Ariza is tough for defenses to deal with. Amazing watching him draw contact.
77% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Well, you look at the Bucks offense, and they were very hard to stop when they got going. Near the top of the league in effective field goal percentage, which is a huge statistic. They did so despite not taking many three-pointers compared to the other top teams.
Yeah, you think about it, they led the league in how many of their threes were assisted on, Kevin, about 90% of them. And while they would look to the three-point shot, it was the result of ball movement, which often led to a good look. Still, their first look, though, back to that effective field goal percentage, was to get the ball inside.
Now, here's Brogdon. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Here is Paul. Feeds it to Capella. He dishes it to Harden. Puts it up. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And there's the pass to Brogdon. Maker with a screen for Brogdon. Second shot opportunity. He doesn't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. Ariza has the open look. Another miss by Houston.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Dellavedova kicks to Maker. Parker outside. Maker with a screen for Parker. Over Anderson. The rebound by Harden. Rockets trail by 6. And it's Ariza in the corner. And it's off from three-point range.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
Three-pointer, Dellavedova misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Houston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Ariza dishes to Paul. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his second basket of the game.
You know, Capella's really hard to deal with inside, especially inside. Does a nice job using his size to get that shot off.
Now here's Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's a floater, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one is on Ariza. And Clark, when you look around the league today, is there a player that you watch and think, hey, yeah, that reminds me of how I used to play?
There are a number of guys that come to mind a little bit. Tobias Harris is an outstanding player, terrific young player and young man. Has a game similar to mine in that he's really versatile, does a lot of things well, not super flashy, but very productive. He comes to mind right off the top of my head currently.
And he makes the first. And you ask any Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of their franchise is, and they all say Hakeem Olajuwon. Clark, you played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he, and what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Boy, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, a presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Akeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Snell's checked in. Gordon kicks to Mbamute. Nene, the screen. Back to Mbamute. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Now the dish to Paul. Nene outside. Back to Paul. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Snell. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Rockets trail by 6. Paul kicks to Nene. Screen by Mbamute. Paul outside. He feeds it to Nene. That one, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Dellavedova with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Monroe outside. The feed to Snell. From past the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Snell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Paul passes to Nene. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Rebound by Monroe.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now here is Dellavedova. After Eric Gordon's miss, Monroe's shot is good.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
I'm the reason they make the dress code to figure out what and why when I'm in my fresh clothes. Dresses, I suppose, and my niggas to my clothes. Hands full of gold, the jets on my road. Dress shows, the night shows, that's the old. Bottle to the key to the next level. These next everything, come on, bring them in. Lineage, the only thing we ain't heavy to make. Whether from the X-Ring, then I'm at short range. Life again, bring it to an end. Come on.
Outside Gordon. To the left side wing. Shot to stop the drought. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That shot was made possible by the work of Nene setting the screen.
Bucks leading by 8. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Monroe with a screen on Gordon. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. Three-pointers, Snell, and again Milwaukee with the triple.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
The drive by Gordon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And more than ever, we see great passers at the 4 and 5 positions in the NBA. Clark, who do you think are some of the better big men passing in the league right now?
Well, there are a number of guys that fall into that category. I love Marc Gasol out of Memphis. I mean, this guy has a nice touch shooting it and passing the ball, good feel for the game. Blake Griffin, highly skilled as a passer, particularly facing the basket. Really makes it tough for the defense. Those two guys, Draymond Green, you'd have to throw into that group as well. Nice big man passer. I mean, even David West, although a role player, David can find open teammates as well as any big guy.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now, here's Brogdon. Parker sets the screen for Brogdon. Monroe with the screen on Gordon. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. 6 to shoot. Monroe sets a screen for Brogdon. Up off the screen.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Paul passes to Gordon. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Tucker with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Pass to Paul. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Snell kicks to Brogdon. Screen by Monroe. To the middle. Some solid defense there by Nene. Nuggets trail by 8. And Tucker kicks to Paul. Fires from deep. Traps in the tray.
Well, I tell you what, CP3 dealing with some serious defensive heat there and just kind of shrugs it off like it's no big deal. His concentration on the jump shot, excellent.
Now here is Dellavedova. The shot by Brogdon, no good. Paul left side to the paint. Here's Nene. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 4 assists in the game. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Dellavedova. Screen by Monroe. They set the screen. Parker outside. He can't hit that time. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks ahead, up 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team's mentality coming in.
You're playing against a team that's very scrappy. You know, they want to win as well. You got to come ready to play. You got to be ready for everything, and you got to be ready to claw to get this win tonight.
Ariza might as well be describing his own game. Scrappy, ready to play, ready for anything, ready to claw to get that win.
Yeah, and he has been that kind of all-out guy going all the way back to his days at UCLA. When you combine that with his talent, he's a guy who, no matter where he's been, his teammates rave about him.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. And it's Snell in at the 3 slot. Now here's Paul. Screen by Baamute. Shoots over Monroe. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Paul.
You know, one of the things that you notice about Chris Paul, Kevin, is that he uses screens exceedingly well.
Stolen by Nene. Paul against Brogdon. Paul kicks to Gordon. Rebound collected by Snell. Bucks leading by 3. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. There's the pick. It's Parker, top of the key, over Mbamute. Rebound by Nene. Nene's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
Now here's Brogdon after Eric Gordon's miss. Ball against Brogdon. Parker up top. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Muscle up. That's what Parker's telling those guys trying to defend him in the paint. He's really good at establishing his post position down low.
Amute, a screen on Parker. The baseline J. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. Bucks leading by 3. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Monroe outside. From 18 feet away. Middleton can't get it to go. Rockets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. With the teardrop, and it's Gordon getting it to go. Gordon's got 5.
Nice to see Gordon use his touch down low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
Screen by Monroe. Brogdon the pass to Monroe, and it's in there. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
You know, Greg Monroe is a very talented big guy out of Georgetown. Is more comfortable facing up to the basket and can hurt you with the mid-range game, but also a pretty strong rebounder and interior defender, too.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbamute. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Paul. That one misses for Monroe. And for Monroe, he was shifted to the bench role in the past season, coming in as a 6th man after spending most of his career as a starter with the Detroit Pistons, and it was a new role.
And you know what, Kevin, a new role that I think he flourished in. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's shown the ability to be effective as a starter or OTB coming off the bench. You know exactly what you're going to get from him every time he steps on the floor, and that's valuable for a coach.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
That one drops. He ties it up. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years, where he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity, garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
Here's Capella following the basket by Chris Middleton. Capella dishes to Gordon. 5 on the clock. in the corner. Harden. It's over Brogdon. Another miss by Houston. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Ariza. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. And too long on the shot.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Harden kicks to Ariza. Gordon a screen. Capella sets a screen for Harden. Passes it to Gordon. Here's the three. Rebound, Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now here's Harden. He has 6 off the screen, and that one drops for him. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
And, you know, Harden's a gamer. Nothing phases this guy, not even the defense being right up in his grill.
Brogdon kicks to Maker. This is to Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Capella.
Boy, incredible effort on defense, refusing to give him an uncontested layup. Nothing easy.
And he placed that pass out in
50% exactly. And stolen by Ariza. They're running. Goes up. And the jam by Harden.
And Harden continues to work on his defense. It is a work in progress, but showing a bit of an edge on this end of the floor now. I like it.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6.
Ball into the paint.
Capella, the pass to Harden. That one, no good. And speed and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Good. And the Bucks defense, not one of the strongest in the NBA, but they did a great job of creating turnovers. They didn't get a stop every time, but boy, they would often create offense with their defense.
Yeah, exactly. When you're not a strong half-court defensive team, being able to force turnovers and score off those can really be effective. And most teams are hard to guard in transition, and this Bucks team was exceptional in transition.
Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office?
This wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Now here's Middleton. Monroe dishes.
I tell you what, Middleton really does a nice job at being able to score through contact. Sometimes he gets hammered, and he still gets it up and down.
And what I like about Chris Middleton is that he is just a complete player. Clark can play on or off the ball in offense as well as get his points both off a catch and shoot or putting it on the hardwood. Also a strong defender.
Yeah, he's one of those understated, effective, outstanding two-way players in the league and probably should get more credit as such. He challenges shots. He can defend multiple positions, and he plays a little bigger than he is because he's got that great wingspan. And, you know, last season the Bucks, showing their resilience as a team quite nicely, looked to be falling out of the picture in early February, but then came on strong to snag a playoff spot in the East.
Now here's Capella. Kicks it off the left rim and out. You know, the Bucks really did look dead in the water for a bit before the All-Star break. Lost Jabari Parker, being 8 games under 500. But boy, the month of March, 14-4, they really rallied.
Yeah, they found themselves in a big way. And to challenge in adversity, a lot of close wins, and the team really started to gain confidence by virtue of winning those close games.
Here's Gordon following the basket by Thon Maker. Another miss by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Monroe. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
He's off on the first.
You know, at 6'11", Greg Monroe is no easy cover, especially given his soft shooting touch from mid-range.
And the second free throw, good. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Bucks leading by 3. Screen by Monroe. Lets a floater go. Here's Dellavedova. Rebounded by Capella.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Stolen by Harden. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. And the basket by Gordon.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now here is Dellavedova, guarded by Harden. Antetokounmpo against Ariza. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Ariza. He's got 11. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Ariza with another miss. Bucks leading by 3. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 12 in the game.
And I think down low is where Antetokounmpo is really so effective, using those long arms of his to get shots off over the defense, really at will. Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Screen by Monroe. And again, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got 14.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Screen by Capella. Here's Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
And here is Antetokounmpo. 14 points for him. They set the pick. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Lets the 3 fly, and the 3 ball is good. And the Bucks lead by 7.
And I like seeing Antetokounmpo rise up from outside. You can see the potential he has to be a knockdown threat from there when he's left alone.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Quarter number 3.
Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And now the third quarter about to get going. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the 5. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second.
With a lot.
That's good from Capella.
Well, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
Brogdon kicks to Parker. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Just 4 to shoot. Brogdon.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. And they're looking for their rhythm right now.
Harden with it. Ariza outside. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Poise is so important for any player, but Ariza demonstrating poise when he's in the paint, looking to score.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
One shot, find the lanes.
And that one misses.
The well-seasoned Ariza continues to make a difference. I mean, this veteran is a reliable scorer and a quality defender.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks miss again.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Harden's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Middleton right side. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Middleton's got 8 points.
You know, even when the defense is good and really active and aggressive on Middleton, doesn't faze him. He's a real pro, and he's good at knocking down jump shots.
Now, here's Capella. He has 7, and the basket by Harden.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Middleton on the wing, guarded by Harden. Nobody near Parker, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Now here's Paul. Anderson the screen for the lead. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Paul. And that's 19 points for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here's Parker. Maker with a screen for Brogdon. Out to the right wing. Maker misses, and it's Houston's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Hey, Harden is seeking contact. He is hunting bodies when he drives. He's so good at just getting his body into the path of the defense.
Free throw good, James Harden.
Boy, you take a look at Jason Kidd, and he's clearly one of those players that just has a mind for the game. Throughout his career, you saw how well he saw the court, felt the game, and how he created scoring chances for his teammates, and was also very heady at the defensive end. One of the very cerebral Hall of Fame players we've had in the history of the league.
Harden hits them both. And with Kidd, he was one of those players that when he got into coaching, you just said, of course, it makes too much sense given how much of an on-the-court leader he was.
Yeah, and you know what? You're exactly right. I felt the same way about Kidd. And when you play with some players, you just get that feeling with how they approach the game. And even in your role as a broadcaster, mine too, we get to talk to players and we get a feeling of whether they'll coach or not. Even in college, you could tell he was a special player with kind of a unique view of the game as well.
Now, here is Harden. Thonmaker unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Paul. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Paul's got 9.
From that area of the court, he's automatic. I mean, the mid-range jumper is and always will be Chris Paul's shot.
Now, here's Maker. He's got 15. Stolen by Harden. And it's Houston on the break. Harden's got the ball. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
That giant wingspan of Antetokounmpo, man, wreaking havoc on opposing players and really mucking up passing lanes, too, man. He can be everywhere with that ferocious motor and those long arms.
Here's Paul following the bucket by the Bucks. He dishes it to Harden. Feeds to Mba Amute. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Paul, and it's Houston with another.
They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
There's the screen. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. Here's Maker. Misses the 3. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 17-4 run. The pass to Anderson. Back to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. And it's Anderson that time on the assist from Harden. He's got 6.
Razor sharp focus there from Anderson. Incredible at scoring despite the defense being up on it.
Shoots from the elbow. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And so here is Houston. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You've really got to appreciate how smart Harden is. Incredible at changing pace and gears quickly. Keeps the defense very much off balance.
That free throw good from Harden.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. The Bucks also with the sub. Snell's checked in. Good on both.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Brogdon kicks to Maker. They set the pick. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. The high post shot. It's rebounded by Houston.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to be on fire from beyond. They have been really good from the three-point line.
One shot.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Free throw no good for Parker.
Well, I tell you what, he is a deceptive athlete. When you look at Jabari Parker, he does a lot of things easily from an athletic standpoint. He's stronger than he looks, has much bounce and agility. Man, I love this guy's upside. Just hope he can stay healthy.
Bucks trail by 7. Here's Brogdon. And it's Parker in the corner. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 5 assists in the game. The Rockets have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And for Parker, it seems that everything he does on the floor is slightly deceptive. Moves smoothly, Clark, but covers a ton of ground with his steps.
Yeah, despite his size, he's got a gracefulness that belies his size. He's smooth and effortless in all that he does. And a lot of players matched up on him just get overwhelmed by his explosiveness. And his skill set is right on par with his athleticism. That's a dangerous combo.
Here's Tucker. Nailed from three-point land. Tucker's got 8 points.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
Now, here's Brogdon. Monroe with a screen on Hart. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe.
And when Monroe has the ball, he's a real handful. I mean, he's skilled at drawing contact on the shots, and he's a good passer.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Bucks. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Rockets leading by 5. Over in the corner, Mbamute. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
Monroe, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Now here's Antetokounmpo after Eric Gordon's miss.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, and it is one sight to see.
Now here's Paul. 11 points in the game. Back to Gordon. Fires for 3. Gordon with another miss.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Left block shot on the way. Snell, no good. Rockets leading by 3. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Another miss by Houston.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Down low, here's Monroe, and the jam by Greg Monroe.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically, how he finds the open man. Nice.
Gordon with the screen for Paul. Nene, the screen. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
A floater. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
Just a lovely touch on that little flob from Antetokounmpo. You know, that's a nice little shot to have in your repertoire. This guy is the full and total package.
Now here's Gordon. 7 points in the game. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Gordon's got 9 points.
Soft touch on the floater there. Gordon knows when to pull out this unblockable shot of his.
Mbamute against Parker. Antetokounmpo passes to Snell. Parker outside. Rockets with the rebound. Nene's got 8 rebounds in this game. And Tucker kicks to Mbamute. Back to Tucker. Paul outside. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Snell. He has 6.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now here's Nene. Screen by Mbamute. Paul for 3. Kept alive. Here's Nene, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Dellavedova dishes to Parker. Dellavedova with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Monroe with a screen on Gordon. Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe. And it's Monroe finishing it off.
You know, even though Antetokounmpo is a bigger guy, longer guy, he handles and passes like a point guard. I mean, he's always on the lookout for how he can set up his teammates for good shots.
And here are the Rockets now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Nene, the screen. Here's Gordon. The teardrop falls in. Gordon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Outside, out of the Kumbo. Over Gordon. Offline. And so it's Houston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound, don't get in an early pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take, all 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls, you can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. Chris Middleton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Snell in at the 3. Here's Dellavedova after Eric Gordon's bucket. Snell kicks to Parker. And good, he nails it.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Rockets leading by 7. Gordon a screen. Capella dishes to Gordon. And Houston again with the bucket. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Dellavedova kicks to Snell. They set the pick. It's Parker top of the key. Now Dellavedova. In the corner, Snell with it. No good from outside. Nice lead and looking confident.
And they've got a chance to push it to double digits.
Gordon, the pass to Capella, pushing their lead to double digits. And it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Rockets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Dellavedova. Finished off the break.
Hey, I got to give Dellavedova some love, guys. I mean, a tenacious defender, and he's not a high-risk, high-reward guy, but he does take good risks to come up with steals.
Now here's Gordon. High, arcing shot, and he sinks the layup. Gordon's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Screened by Parker. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Milwaukee also making some changes. Akers checked in for Monroe. And Brogdon subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Ariza in the corner. Good, and Paul gets the assist. That's now 22 points for Ariza.
And Ariza, you know, can light it up from anywhere. His offensive arsenal, pretty versatile.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this game. Let's see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Thank you, David. Now here's Paul. In the corner, Harden. Back to Paul, poked away. It's stolen by Maker. Here's Brogdon, and he drops it in from the low post.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Screen by Capella. Inside, got a piece of it, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And, you know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often. An unfortunate, unforced turnover.
Bucks trail by 12. Middleton on the wing. Parker outside. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's just really outstanding confidence from Parker. I mean, the defense hardly having any time to react when he's skying for the jumper as soon as he gets the pass. Quickly getting into a shot after he catches. Come on.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backcourt.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
Houston leading by 7. Left side Ariza for the 3. Another miss by Houston. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Maker misses.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that's now 25 points for Trevor Ariza.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Back to Paul. Houston moving it around. Ariza no luck. Bucks trail by 10. Middleton outside. There's Parker with the 3. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ball against Brogdon. Paul kicks to Anderson. They get the rebound. Capella. Great D that time for Middleton. Milwaukee has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers. Snell's got it back down to single digits for the Bucks. And here is Paul. Screen by Capella. Fires the 3. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Paul. That's 28 points for Trevor Ariza. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Screen by Parker. Maker dishes to Middleton. Maker with a screen for Brogdon. He feeds it to Maker from deep. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've led by as many as 14 points. Ariza passes to Paul. Jacks up a 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
You know, the defense has to be conscious of his playmaking, so a lot of times that gives Chris Paul plenty of room to get off the 3-point shot.
Now here's Brogdon. The dish to Maker. Tries a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. The tray. And another 3 from Paul. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now here's Brogdon. They set the pick. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Ariza. Fires it up. Paul's shot is off. Bucks trail by 17. Brogdon with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And the Bucks miss again.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. I mean, of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
The Rockets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Rockets leading by 17. Harden kicks to Anderson. It's Ariza on the wing. Anderson, a screen on Parker. Floats one up. Rebounded by Maker. Bucks trail by 17. Brogdon with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Will it go? Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Harden. A shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Maker passes to Brogdon. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Anderson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's Ariza in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 31 points for Ariza.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Here is Harden, following the basket by Chris Middleton. Harden kicks to Gordon. Anderson with the screen for Gordon. Had the space there, but it's offline. Now the Bucks moving it up. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Lets it go from 11. Rockets with the rebound.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
That doesn't go either for Gordon. Bucks trail by 18. It's Brogdon on the wing. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Harden against Brogdon. It's Harden with the drive, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And you watch Antetokounmpo play out there, and he looks like a supersized point guard with how he moves and gallops and initiates the offense. The term is point forward, but the bottom line, Clark, is that Giannis is the orchestrator when he's on the floor.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The assist numbers grow every year for Giannis. He causes a ton of mismatch problems, and how you guard him on the perimeter is always a quandary for the opposing team.
The first one falls.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
The Rockets making a switch here. Quarterman's checked in. Monroe's checked in for the Bucks. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And the Bucks with possession here. They trail by 18. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Monroe. And Capella sends it back. Ariza dishes to Harden. Screen by Capella. It's Harden with the drive over Parker. The offensive rebound. Capella with the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 20.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Screen by Monroe. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. The feed to Parker. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. 1:30 left to play in the final quarter. Quarterman passes to Harden. Here's Ariza. No good on the three. Bucks trail by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Trevor Ariza.
And, you know, he was really important today. Integral. Taking and making shots time and time again.
Here's Brogdon. James Harden picking up that last basket. Monroe. And again, the Bucks miss.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Harden against Middleton. Stolen by Middleton. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
And, you know, Middleton is really dangerous on the drive. He often gets to the rim in a heartbeat and forces defenders to end up fouling it.
Chris Middleton at the line for two.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Boy, for me, it's really been fun watching the evolution of Chris Middleton. I mean, a rangy two-guard who can really stuff the stat sheet.
Complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Quarterman kicks to Nene. Unloads from 13. And again, the Rockets good for two.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.